I want to walk with you all the application and enrollment options that you have. So here's what I'm suggesting that you can do and you can't do. First of all, I think you should have your application be right here so that the students would know from the moment that they log in, so they can log in on this URL, they would get this application right here and we can show how it would open up. Now, this is your environment as you see. I'm going to switch over now to my demo model because I have more data and I can show you what this would look like from that side. All right, so I'm coming here and I'm going to have some sort of an application that's attached, and in this one here that you can see that it would open up and people would be able to fill it out. Now, where does this come in and how do you fill this out and what all happens? So let me show you from this side. You're going to come down here to form, and when you do that, I have a bunch here, but I want to show you this. There are a couple changes that you have. First of all, as you see, we have account creation, logic model, and reference. Please ignore logic model report. That was a one-time thing for one client. But one thing we're going to have is we're going to have an account creation, but also we can have a form that can be created for references. And that means that will be sent from this application directly to whoever they want for their references, and then that reference will be sent directly back to you as the administrator, and the student would never see it. All right, so let's say that we're going to be building an account creation. I'm just going to show you. And we'll walk through all these different types. So we're going to say, I'm going to do an account creation. I'm just going to call it a new form. I just want to show you some things that you can do. Here's the form. We have some login information. And we'll walk through all these different aspects for you. And there's training on all of this. But look here, you can ask people short answer, long answer. You can ask them to upload files, and you can ask for their references. You can get all this information. And a lot of this, once it comes in immediately, it will be put into their, it will go from this form when they're filled in, it will go into their academic record here in users. Now, the other thing is that you on this have the complete option to be able to say yes or no to the applicant. Now, so let's look through this. You are going to build the application form. They will see this from the beginning. You will have it have references right away, and that can be sent to you. Now, that isn't all your information. You wanted a lot of other information, like their medical files. There's a lot of other things that you want to set up. And where you set that up is you just come back into a course. And here I actually have an application course. You will set up an application course. And in that whole course, you will be just asking them to send the things that you need. So, okay, this is my secondary transcript, so attach a copy of the transcript. So you can go through here and create this application course that requires them to send in all the information. Now, what's nice about this? This means that when they send in their copies of their transcripts, or you want them to send in, I think, medical records, all the other information, now it can be directly sent in and they can scan it however you want it, and at least it will be in their files that all of this is there. So that's all easily available to you for each individual student that's in is in your school. Now you can go through this. This is a lot over here altogether, because one of the new changes here is then you'll end up going down here to organization. And you can see we've edited this to say portals. I want to show you one thing. Let's say that you have your portal, and this is the STEP portal. All right, so here's where you go through it and you make, this controls all these decisions, but here's what I want you to see. Here's where you can say, here's where you can attach your form, but you can also say this, that before they become an account can be created and a student can be accepted, that you have to have someone come in and look at it. You can go through how many terms of use, but here's what I want you to see, that you can add your application course as automatic enrollment. Now, what all does this do? This means that your student can get an application, start the application online. You get an opportunity to say yes or no to them from what you just have. What information that does come in automatically then becomes part of their academic record and starts to make their user record, which is great. You can enroll them automatically in this application form that they can continue to send in all of the details. The beauty of this is as well is while they're filling out that application course, you could add other courses. So let's say I'm going to do that, but at the same time, on a provisional basis, I want them to start in another course. I want them to actually start learning. So simultaneously, the student can be enrolled, they can be filling out the full application, but you can have them start courses provisionally, maybe one or two, however your allowances are for your accreditation, and it gets the student in and going really fast. So this really becomes nice, and in addition to this, when you go into these, once you put them in these courses, we can set it up where they can actually start. You don't have to have them automatically enrolled. At this point in time, what you can tell them is, oh, okay, now you can go, I'm going to show you this. Now you can go to the marketplace once they're an assigned student or they've been even provisionally accepted, and you can come in and have them come back to these courses. And this may be in your marketplace where the student is eligible, and they could start taking courses. They can enroll themselves if you want to. They can add it to their cart. They can go through and check it out. So I'm going to keep. This I did as an administrator. I'm sorry, I should have done this. But when they check it out, then the payment can go through here. Right here you see. Here's what I'm looking at. These courses. If you wanted to give any sort of discount code, so let's say that you wanted to do something like first course half price, something like that, you can do that. Here's the payment information. So this is where they would have to issue some sort of card or something that they would have, and then they confirm and buy, and this is where you collect it through Braintree. So that's an awful lot all at once, but that gives you some idea of the full scope of what you can do.